Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. Today's Friday. I wanted to talk about prospecting. It's been something I've been thinking about a lot. I have some cards here I'm going to go through that I picked up with my COMC credit from cards I've sold on COMC. And these are what I would consider, I guess they're not really prospects, but we're going to talk a little bit about the value of prospects, the history of prospects, and why people prospect, and why I am not really into prospecting. First of all, I am not trying to turn my collection into profit per se. I want a self-funding hobby, but I'm not trying to turn $1,000 into $20,000. Although that would be nice, it's just not, it's so unbelievably rare. You're chasing it all the time. So let's talk a little bit about actual prospects. So when I go to any card show, I see in every display, you got Hall of Famers, you got superstars, but there's a lot of prospect stuff out there, and it is expensive. People are snatching up their Spencer Torkelson, who has a fantastic name, and Adley Rutschman, another great name. And these guys are completely unproven. So, you're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these guys, and they don't even play for your favorite team. They are probably not going to pan out. So I wanted to go through the history of the top picks, because these guys were top picks. Torkelson 2 years ago in 2020, Rutschman 3 years ago in 2019. Just to give you an idea of if you're chasing top picks, and then we'll talk about the top prospects from each year. If you're chasing top picks, here are the guys that you are chasing. 2018 was Casey Mize, who is out for a while. Then you had Lewis the year before that. You had Mickey Moniak, another great name. These guys have such great names. And then in 2015, Dansby Swanson, who is a nice player. So that's the first one who is semi-proven. 2014, you had Brady Aiken, who is out of baseball entirely just 8 years later. 2013, Mark Appel. You have to go back to 2012 in Carlos Correa to find a legit star. Somebody who has had a really nice career. We won't talk about the cheating in 2017, but he has had a really nice career. So that's 10 years ago. And then the year before that, Garrett Cole. And it takes 5 years for a guy to come up. Typically, can take quite a while after they get drafted before they become a star. But 10 years without a single legit star is a long time. Garrett Cole in 2011, also a really, really nice career. 2010 is when you get to the first real Hall of Famer, Bryce Harper. That's 12 years ago. And Bryce Harper isn't like a Mike Trout top 10 baseball player of all time. And a lot of these guys that are being purchased for hundreds of dollars, their rookie cards, before they've even made it to the major leagues, are being paid for like they're first ballot Hall of Famers. Which is fine. I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying it's not for me, and I'm curious what your thoughts are on this process, on this concept of paying huge money for unproven prospects. Throw it in comments. Then in 2009, you have Steven Strasburg, who also had a nice career, has had a nice career, I should say. But then you go through a stretch. You've got Tim Beckham in 2008, David Price, another nice career, but again, not a Hall of Famer. 2006, Luke Hochevar, I think is how you pronounce it. 2005, Justin Upton, another nice career. 2004, Matt Bush. 2003, Delman Young. These guys, not good. And they were the top draft picks. It is a crapshoot. Way more than it is in basketball. I don't know about football. 2002, let me know if you've heard this name before. Brian Bullington. 2001, Joe Mauer, legit Hall of Famer. His cards are worth it. 2000, Adrian Gonzalez, right up there in the Josh Beckett class of former Red Sox players that I couldn't stand. 1999, Josh Hamilton, legit superstar who flamed out because of his own problems. And you got these guys, you're paying mega bucks for prospects, and they could be the next Mike Trout, probably not though, or they could be the next Brady Aiken, who's out of baseball. They had their injuries. Look at Wander Franco. We're going to talk about Wander in a minute. Wander Franco, top prospect, had a great rookie year last year. Played 58 games this year because of injuries or an injury. 1998, Pat Burrell. I can never remember how to pronounce his last name. 97, Matt Anderson. 96, Chris Benson. 95, Darren Erstad. Led the league in hits one year, I think. 94, Paul Wilson. 93, A-Rod. Legit superstar, one of the greatest players of all time, destroyed by steroids. These are the things you risk. So is the risk worth it? 92, Phil Nevin. 91, Brian Taylor. Yeah, if you're a junk wax kid like me, Brian Taylor, that one stings. 1990 was Chipper Jones. So, okay, you don't chase after the top pick in the draft. You go after the top prospect in the draft. Let's look at the top prospects. The last 2 years were Wander Franco. Seems to me like he's a legit superstar. Really tough to tell after 100 some odd games. 2019 was Vlad Guerrero Jr. MVP candidate last year, probably legit. The year before that was Ronald Acuna Jr. Same thing. Minus his injury, going to be a superstar. 2017 though, Andrew Benintendi. Now, as a Red Sox fan, I'm kind of a lapsed Red Sox fan. A lapsed baseball fan, largely. I don't remember Benintendi ever being the top prospect in Major League Baseball. I don't remember him ever being expected to be amazing. I don't know. It was odd to me seeing him as the top prospect. And that says a lot, I think. The year before that was Corey Seager. Chris Bryant the year before that, another nice player. 2014 was Byron Buxton, who, man, that guy's got some potential. The injuries with Buxton. 2013, top prospect was Jurickson Profar. 2012 and 11 were Bryce Harper, so that's legit. 2010, Jason Hayward. The year before that was Matt Wieters. If you're buying these guys for prospects at, let's say, $300, you're spending $300 and hoping that your money goes up 10x, you're losing more money on all the guys who don't pan out than you would on the profit of the good players. In 2008 was Jay Bruce. 2007, Daisuke Matsuzaka. This is just a bitter Red Sox fan here. 06, Delman Young. Quality? Not really. 05 was Joe Mauer, and the year before that also, Hall of Famer. 03 was Mark Teixeira, who had a really nice career with Texas and the Yankees, but not a Hall of Famer. 02, Josh Beckett, again. Then we get back to Josh Hamilton in 01. So how many guys have you heard so far that were top picks and then top prospects? Not very many, only a handful. So it's tough to go from top pick to top prospect to top player. It's hard to go from top pick to top prospect. 2000, Rick Ankiel, who was a prospect as a pitcher. Man, he was a great pitcher. I don't remember what year that World Series was, or was it the NLCS for St. Louis, maybe 03, 04. He was amazing, and then he just fell apart. Couldn't pitch over home plate anymore. Converted himself into an outfielder, and he was a nice hitter. Getting into the 90s, you got J.D. Drew, Ben Grieve, Andrew Jones 2 years in a row. 95 was A-Rod. 94, Cliff Floyd. 93 was Chipper Jones. 92, here we are again with Brian Taylor. Then you had Todd Van Poppel. And then in 1990 was Steve Avery. These names are... some of these guys had nice careers, but they're not worth spending hundreds of dollars for their cards. So, this is why I am not paying big bucks for cards, for prospects. I'm not paying big bucks for really any cards, except for that one, my Bob Cousy rookie autographed. I am buying cards of guys that I like a lot. I've always been a big fan of pitchers. Pedro Martinez, his brother Ramon, Greg Maddux. I love a good pitcher who can get guys out consistently, a lot of strikeouts. Not relievers, starting pitchers who pitch a lot of innings, strike out a lot of guys. It's pretty rare nowadays. This year I've keyed in on two guys. It is Sandy Alcantara, and I've been debating how to pronounce his last name. I took Spanish for 6 years growing up. It should be pronounced Alcantara, but somebody told me it was pronounced Alcantara, which doesn't make sense, but I researched it. This was a few months ago. I researched it, and I did find evidence that it was pronounced that way. And then DJ Frat, a longtime subscriber, sent me an email telling me I'm pronouncing it wrong, so thank you for that. I researched it more. I think he's probably right. It does make sense. So I'm back to pronouncing it probably correctly, Alcantara, or Alcantara. And Shane McClanahan. McClanahan is a big strikeout guy. Strikes out 1.3 guys per inning, which is big for a starting pitcher. Alcantara doesn't strike out as many, but he pitches a lot of innings. And that's really rare. And that's the kind of guy who in 15 years, if he continues on this path and he is contender for Cy Young year in and year out, is a lock for the Hall of Fame. And that's what I want. I don't want to turn my cards into massive profit next year or the year after, or even in 15 years. I just want to have a collection in 15 years where people are like, wow, this is amazing that you have this, and I can show them to you. So that's my goal. That's my goal with my collection. I want to have a collection that I'm proud of, not that I am going to profit off of significantly. Now, does my collection pay for itself? Yeah, for the most part. So I'm going to turn my camera around. I'm going to show you these cards that I bought. I had a credit from cards I sold on COMC of, I want to say $140. And so that's what all these cards cost total. And I think if you're anything like me, you're going to be impressed with what I got for this total. I'm really thrilled. I find that COMC is a little bit behind because you put your cards on there. I put my cards on there. And I mentioned this before. I had an Andrew Wiggins card I put up about a year ago, and he blew up in the postseason, and then his cards were worth 10 times as much, and I still sold one for 74 cents because I wasn't paying attention to the value of my cards. Now, a lot of people do on there, but there are a lot of people who just let them stay at their value. And so when a guy like McClanahan blows up, you can find cards for autograph cards for $12 because that's what they were worth before the season started. So that's the value of COMC. So I'll turn my camera around. Let me know in comments what you think about prospecting. I'm really curious. All right, here we go. Oh, and first of all, I also got this recently, Carl Lewis, 1989, Sports Illustrated for Kids. It was like $1 on eBay. I love these 89 Sports Illustrated for Kids. I really like any Sports Illustrated for Kids cards. I think Carl Lewis has a 1985 Panini card, which would be considered his rookie, maybe. I'm not sure, but throw this in my PC. Someday I'll do a video if people are interested in all the cards I have of non-baseball or basketball athletes. All right, 2 packages of cards here. Oh, it's annoying that they put these... Okay, here we go. So this is, I'm not even sure what all of these are. Or if this was numbered. Yeah. So that's numbered to 150 up there at the top. Tough to tell, but it is numbered to 150. It's like a cracked ice type thing. Oh, I forgot I got a Nico Cavadas, who just got called up to Portland yesterday. This is numbered to 299. First Bowman. Portland, Maine he got called up to. Sea Dogs. Oh, yeah, I love these Topps Chrome Black. And there's Shane McClanahan. That one's numbered to 75. There's a Alcantara auto, and this, I love these, the design of these where it's like an acetate. This one's numbered to 99. So think about what I got here. It's bonkers to me that I was able to get this stuff for these guys who are contenders for Cy Young. And they're young. They're like 26, 27 years old. Already established. I'm getting numbered rookie autographs. Cheap. This is a rookie chrome McClanahan. Not numbered. But it's blue. Oh yeah, another Cavadas. Numbered to $3.99. This was a couple bucks. Green, first Bowman. So I think, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about a rainbow. I've never tried a rainbow, but maybe I will. If this is your kind of thing, click subscribe. If you're new here, click that bell icon so you get notified when I have new videos. I do a couple a week, or 3 a week probably. Ah, yes, Inception. Look at that card. That is awesome. And it's numbered to 230. Alcantara rookie auto. That is such a cool card. McClanahan numbered to 150. Bowman Scouts top 100. Very cool. Here's another Alcantara. This is the same one as the autograph, I think, but without the autograph. And that one's numbered to 50. McClanahan Leaf auto on card. And I only buy on card autos. I'm not interested in sticker autos. I think they look bad. Oh, sorry, I said this is Leaf. This is Panini Elite Extra Edition. This is a Alcantara. Oh, this sticker. I don't know how I missed that. Right after I said no stickers. Anyway, this is a sticker auto to 99. Maybe I remember getting that and it was just so cheap I couldn't pass it up. So throw a comment in there. Let me know what you think about this. Did I get good value with all these numbered cards and numbered autographs for a little over $100? I think I did. I'm really excited about it. Anyway, thanks very much for watching.